Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today. Let me start by thanking the Banks Association of Turkey for organizing this important summit and for bringing together key voices from across the financial ecosystem. And it's great to gather here to discuss the remarkable transformation of payment systems and financial technologies, both domestically and globally. As the Central Bank of Turkey, we have taken important steps in recent years to modernize the domestic payments landscape with certain initiatives strengthening the foundations of our financial system. Yet our focus does not stop at the national level. As global interconnections deepen, the need for faster, cheaper, and more transparent cross-border payments becomes increasingly urgent, as you would appreciate. And that's why in today's remarks, I'll begin by outlining our progress in Turkey's payment systems and then turn to our cross-border priorities and international efforts. As you know, as the Central Bank of Turkey, we play a multifaceted role in the country's payment ecosystem, not only as a regulator and supervisor, but also as an operator and a catalyst. First of all, as a payment system operator, we operate three payment systems: the interbank payment system for high-value transactions, the retail payment system, and lastly, the fast system for instant payments. Each one has its own importance, not only for the functioning of the economy and the financial system, but also for the everyday life of our people. We take necessary actions to ensure the smooth functioning of these CBRT-operated payment systems. Secondly, as the main regulatory authority of the payments area, we use our regulatory powers to ensure uninterrupted operations of all the payment systems. In this context, we issued the regulations on operations and oversight of payments and security settlement systems in 2014 and the information system communiqué in 2016. We have also publicized our expectations for compliance with the principles for financial market infrastructures published by the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure, the CPMI, functioning under the BIS. In this regard, we regularly assess the compliance level of the system operators to ensure alignment with regulatory expectations and international standards. Dear participants, in fact, through robust infrastructure and sound regulatory frameworks, we also keep the financial ecosystem open to innovation. Digitalization has brought about a transformative change in the financial sector, as you know, particularly in payment systems and financial technologies. And this global shift was mainly driven by technological advancements and a growing demand for convenience, cost, speed, and security. And admittedly, the trend has been further accelerated by the global pandemic. And over the past decades, Turkey has implemented several critical reforms in response to rapid developments in the financial ecosystem. And these efforts have modernized the financial infrastructure and enhanced financial inclusion. And just to mention a few, one pivotal step in this domain was the 2020 amendments to the payment law, which expanded the CBRT's mandate to include supervisory and regulatory authority over payment services in addition to payment systems. This shift reflects the increasing role of payment services in the broader financial system, the need more focused supervision, and the aim of safeguarding financial stability in the rapidly evolving payments sector. Another part of these reforms is actually a very well-known one, the fast system, which I'm sure is in the daily lives of most of the participants here. In 2021, following extensive work using in-house resources, we launched Turkey's instant payment system, known as FAST. And to be honest, FAST has revolutionized the way money transfers are conducted in Turkey as a milestone in our country's journey toward a fully digital financial system. FAST is now widely used across the country, with 43 participants processing approximately 15 million transactions per day as of May 2025. FAST capabilities have been further enhanced through overlay services in close cooperation with the Interbank Cards Center, BKM, These include the easy addressing service, as you can see on the slide, the request to pay service, and the escrow overlay service. And additional enhancements are underway with efforts to explore new overlay functionalities. And one other reform has been the QR code standards, as you might recognize, which are being regulated by the CBRT again. And we are proud of this simply because the standardization of QR code-based payments across the country has brought further innovation. It has simplified, secure, fast, and convenient transactions for consumers and businesses. So based on all this solid infrastructure and reforms, I can proudly say that our payment system in Turkey is a global standout. However, we're never satisfied and look into new domestic and global opportunities for a better payments ecosystem. What do I mean by that? Well, we can make merchant payments via cards or fast QR codes in seconds today. However, it's not always that fast when it comes to transferring money to another country. And this definitely feels weird, because as the world becomes more integrated, more global, making a cross-border payment transfer should be as easy as possible, right? And in this sense, we all know that conventional cross-border payments can be expensive, slow, and not so transparent due to their nature involving different parties from different jurisdictions. And in addition to these, they depend on special mechanisms, which are often different from local payment and clearing mechanisms. Therefore, as many other central banks in the world, we are also working on potential solutions regarding cross-border payments. So what do we do? One is our ongoing work on establishing cross-border QR code payment flows with the BKM, again. Our aim here is enabling the use of QR codes across borders through payment service providers, PSPs. So once these payment flows are finalized and incorporated into QR code technical rules and principles documents, PSPs will be able to collaborate with foreign counterparts to enable their customers to initiate QR code transactions at merchants or ATMs located in Turkey. Another area we focus on to enhance cross-border payments is the interlinking payment systems. Well, interlinking payment systems is not a new phenomenon, but the interlinking of instant payment systems is a hot topic, which is being intensively analyzed across the globe. Because interlinked payment systems shorten the transaction chains and accordingly may decrease costs and increase the speed of transactions, and therefore would contribute to the development of cross-border payment structure. As you may know, certain countries have already established different types of links between their instant payment systems. With these links, residents in a country can instantly transfer payments to a merchant in the linked country via QR code, for instance. Such bilateral links are easier to proceed with in the beginning, but we should also acknowledge that it might be complicated if more countries wish to establish links with each other. For example, while two countries need just one link to connect, fully linking 20 countries could become a challenge requiring numerous bilateral connections. To address this challenge, multilateral solutions are also being explored with the lead of international organizations. As you might know, BIS Innovation Hub's Nexus initiative is a notable example of such a multilateral approach. In Nexus, just to give an example, instant payment systems of the participants are interlinked bilaterally under the same rules and principles, and therefore this initiative might decrease the cost of interlinking to another country by making it easy to connect to other countries' instant payment services or systems. And as the CBRT, we are closely monitoring these developments that would enable to enhance cross-border payments and contribute to the development of Turkey's payments ecosystem. And in this framework, we are currently conducting research and analysis aimed at enabling cross-border payments via FAST. We analyze the technical architecture, legal framework, and operational needs to ensure compatibility. By the way, In addition to more conventional approaches to cross-border payments, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are also widely viewed as a promising tool to further streamline international transactions. So we are also examining the cross-border potential of CBDCs as part of our broader research initiatives at the CBRT. In this context, one of the solutions that we conducted as a proof of concept study is a cross-border payment framework that operates independently of the technical infrastructure of domestic systems and facilitates trade in local currencies via a common platform. By leveraging such a common platform, transaction flows can be simplified, transparency may improve, and settlements speed up. And the use of common data types and message structures on a common platform may allow for the establishment of shared standards among participating countries. And we believe that this could serve as a foundational model for future collaborations with other central banks. One last thing to underline is that in the context of cross-border payments, collaboration between national, public, and private sector actors and international standard setters gains significance more than ever. Therefore, awareness for cross-border cooperation as well as information sharing are crucial for us, national authorities, international authorities, to maintain and safeguard the stability of the global financial system. In this regard, working groups focusing on particular subjects undertake an important role, since they enable member countries to share their own experiences with others, and representatives from our bank participate in various working groups related to cross-border payments under the CPMI and the Financial Stability Board, FSB, and contribute to the ongoing international work. Dear participants, in short, we believe that innovation in the payments area could facilitate the interoperability of PSPs and payment infrastructures, as well as contribute to the security and safety of payment transactions with their additional features. While wrapping up my speech, once again, let me express that we are proud with the remarkable progress of our payments ecosystem in Turkey, but we also work day and night on new digital infrastructures that will link us across borders. As many peer central banks, we are exploring more efficient pathways for transactions. And as we are together here today, we look forward to not only sharing about our experiences, but also learning from your perspectives. Because I think of it as a journey for all of us, maybe one with no final destination, simply because digital innovation evolves continuously. There is always more to learn, there is always more to explore. And this reminds me of the famous poem Ithaca, which was written by Kavafis about the legendary island Ithaca. Let me finish my remarks with his wise words. If you're not familiar with it, or you might remember it, what Kavafis reminds us in his poem is basically that the journey itself is the most important and rewarding thing. It's not only about the destination, but it's also about the discoveries we make along the way. Yes, we will all face challenges, but these are what will shape our growth and innovation. At least that's what I think. So as we gather here today, let's focus on the journey and enjoy it, the progress, the connections, and the new ideas that will shape the future of payments. And let's hope our journey becomes just as great as in the poem, but hopefully a little easier. Thank you.